It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day. And how much fun am I having visiting clients, going around and just checking in on gardens. This is one that we installed about 5 years ago. This is in Carmel Valley, California, and that's the San Diego Carmel Valley, not the LA Carmel Valley, so don't get excited, you LA people. But take a look at these iceberg roses. I know, they're not succulents, but aren't they stunning? I'm starting to really appreciate compatibles more and more all the time. And how pretty is this? I mean, this is just such a simple little tapestry. We come in here a couple of times a year and snip and clip, but for the most part, it just sustains itself. It's just a fabulous little arrangement of plants. This was a lawn, much like the neighbors. That is exactly what this was, except it was at least alive. But we aren't going to bag on the neighbor because we are in a drought. And I think she probably just said, forget it, I'm not going to waste water on a lawn. So good for her. Then in the courtyard, you know, our little pots, Janie, our client, people, she's a putterer and people gift her things all the time. So, you know, someone will give her something and we just come and clean it up. You know, we just take off all the little dead, you know, under leaves and just make it look all nice and clean. Many of you that have followed me for years remember that this was my rant video. Don't plant under trees. So this was years ago. I didn't have, you know, a whole heck of a lot of experience working under trees, clearly because I used burgundy and black lava, which I wouldn't do now. I would absolutely have gone with a lighter color rock. But we make it work. It really doesn't take that long to fluff this up. It's not that big of a deal. And again, you know, these plants are just wild and woolly, and that's the way Janie likes it. I mean, look at this portulacaria. This was planted in here as a little 1 gallon spiller, and it just decided, nope, we're going to grow upright, which, that's a little tip. Portulacaria, actually, this is a minima, isn't it? It's not Afro variegata.
It's not Afro, but are there other varieties?
Yeah, there are more than one variety of portulacaria. There's minima, which is green, that has more of a creeping ground cover habit. The Afro variegata can have an upright form, and then there's another variety that's just a standard portulacaria that grows straight up, and clearly that's what we have here. But you know what? I don't hate it.
It's tropical.
It's tropical. That's right. So there you go. And these cordyline, they were way up roof side, and I made a ballsy move to chop them. I told the client, you know what, we're going to make cuts, and then they're going to branch out from beneath the cut. And I was hopeful that that would happen, but I was prepared to replace them if needed, and I told them that if I'm wrong, I'll replace. But in this case, I was right, and they have branched from beneath the cuts and are still, you know, highly viable in this space. So that was probably more luck than good management. And we've got a volunteer hydrangea coming in right there, and a little rose bush. So just a really fun mixture of plants in this really small garden. The water is all, she's on drip everywhere. There's no grass. There's a little bit of turf for the dog in the back.
Can you grab the broom?
Yes, I will grab the broom and ride it on back. But yeah, for the most part, you know, this garden is watered by drip about 10 minutes a week. That's it. She's got clivia here. These are also, well, the common name isn't politically correct anymore, so we'll just call them what they are. They're clivia, and not succulent, but definitely compatible. Love the full shade. I know many of you have this old-timey plant. Camellia bush. I was laughing so hard when we got here. This is Janie's.
Well, Christmas right here.
Yeah, this is Janie's, you know, holidays past graveyard. She's got a Christmas tree, and look at this pumpkin. Now, this is a living pumpkin with moss on top in my style and succulents glued into the moss. And what happens if for some reason you get a pumpkin that doesn't desiccate, the plants will actually grow into the flesh of the pumpkin, and it becomes a science experiment.
Like the Christmas stuff.
Yeah, and then we've got our little Christmas stuff there. Janie's somebody that has a hard time throwing anything away, bless her heart. Then back here, this is a little turf area for the dog. And we've decided that these aloe arborescens, we're just going to allow it. We really like them. So what we do is just, you know, keep the lower profile plantings around them fluffed up. And I do cut away some of the arborescens from time to time when it gets too woolly. But ultimately, you know, we're here for the look. I put in a Mangave Barney. In this was a new pot that we introduced today, and this was a rework. This one was a hot mess, and I just did our purples in here. We fluffed up. Look at this superbum. This has been in here for 5 years, and I didn't do a thing. It's just so cool. I'm just gonna let that ride and ride and ride. That is one of my favorite plants. I just love that amethyst color of purple. Over here, it's a really special, fun tapestry area of Janie's garden, and she has a lot of tchotchkes that have sentimental value to her, and she has just absolutely made this little arrangement her own. Her grandchildren have also contributed with painted rocks. She's got, you can just feel it. You can really feel the energy in this area here. It's very special. And it's, you know, I mean, it's probably 40 square feet. She's got at least 50 different varieties of plants. She's got everything from speakers to religious statues, chickens, gargoyles. She's even got, I think that's David, kneeling David over there in the corner. So how fun. And many of the rocks too in this garden were rocks that she and her husband Jim have collected over the years from all of their travels. So even the river rock, the polished rock, and some of the rubbly boulders have sentimental value and meaning for them. Over here, you know, sometimes all you need is an aloe cameronii in a patinaed old pot, right? I mean, isn't that so pretty? It's just so pretty. And this Aeonium sunburst is at least 12 inches across. It's just stunning. Absolutely amazingly happy here in Carmel Valley. Oh, and here's another succulent pumpkin. Look at that. I mean, these plants are just amazing. And she's just got, you know, the cutest decor. So I love the shabby chic stuff. Pretty pots. Pots that just continue to just go, 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 go. Something really amazing to share with you back here. I know, intake a breath. Look at those Aeonium sunbursts in that giant blue pot. I mean, seriously, look at how happy that pot is. Portulacaria afra, Pacuvaria blue pearl. I mean, just stunning. And even this Kalanchoe orgialis, copper spoons, happy camper is what I would call that plant. And this is Portulacaria afra minima, and it's blooming. Look, guys. How about that? When these get a little age, they bloom. And the bees adore them. Look at this one here. Full flower. That's something that you don't see that often.
And it's so cute coming through the other.
Yeah, and then the yellow jade coming through. It's just so pretty. Amongst all of this hardscape, to have these pots that are just an embarrassment of riches. Over here, I think this is Pineapple Express, Mangave. And then Terry worked her magic. This was an empty pot, and she literally just pulled cuttings from around the garden and made that pot. It's stunning. You know something funny, you guys? So, you know the saga of my lemon tree and how helpful you have all been in helping me bring it back to health. 80 lemons on that lemon tree now, guys, and counting. I'm so proud of it. So the Espoma fertilizer, the organic citratone fertilizer, is what really brought my tree back. And my client was asking me about the health of her lemon tree, and I felt so intelligente telling her, oh, well, it's a little chlorotic and it looks like it's a little, you know, thirsty, but mostly just in need of some nourishment. So she got online, she ordered her fertilizer, and another lemon tree will be saved. Check this out. This lemon tree's a boy, too. You know how I know it's a male? Yeah. You know, I know a thing or two. All right, so, oh, look at the Bacarnia back there, blooming its head off. How cool is that? You know, her Petalanthus bracteatus are struggling a little bit because she's turned down her water, you know, and it's okay. They're not dead, and they will, oh, there's a hummingbird on that one. You know, it's fine. I underplanted the bracteatus with the, huh? It's Marble Queen, it's Caprasma, Marble Queen, and it's kind of taking over too. So you know, that's fine. We're just gonna let that ride. I'm not going to put a bunch of water on those Petalanthus. They'll be all right. So yes, you know, behind she's got some beautiful borrowed landscape of the hills. Carmel Valley in San Diego is just east of Highway 5. Del Mar would be on the west side. So there's still, it gets a little bit warm, but the coastal influence is great. So yeah, what a fun time to just come in and putter around a little bit. So fun to show you the potential that succulents and compatibles can make in a garden. So get out there and create something that means something to you. This has been Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity, reporting in Carmel Valley, California, with your succulent tip of the day. Bye, guys.